May I start by thanking the Kenya National Chamber of Commerce and Industry Reforms Steering Committee, established under the auspices of the Kenya Private Sector Alliance, for successfully leading the relaunch of the Chamber. You deserve congratulations, Patrick and your team, for this significant rescue mission. It really is literally a rescue mission. Today's meeting marks the initial step in a necessary though difficult journey towards the rebirth of the Kenya National Chamber of Commerce and Industry. The Chamber's rebirth, in my view, is indispensable and actually long overdue. After all, a stalling is not being vanquished. Remember, real courage belongs to those who realize what to do and proceed to do it when literally the chips are down. I therefore must congratulate KEPSA for acknowledging the role an efficient Chamber of Commerce and Industry plays in a national economy, and for taking the initiative to resuscitate the Kenya National Chamber of Commerce and Industry back to life. As we breathe life afresh to the Chamber, I urge the team involved to acknowledge that the process of reform is normally fraught with uncertainties and even unforeseen pitfalls. You must therefore be guided by unwavering principles and driven by goodwill in this entire process. My advice is that the Reform Committee listens to all views whilst avoiding being dictatorial. I stress the word dictatorial. Your talks really call for diplomacy. Your task itself must be guided by serious diplomacy. And if you fall short, come to me. I think I have some experience. All in all, keep your eyes on the prize, and the prize is to revitalize the Chamber. But why is the National Chamber of Commerce and Industry particularly important to Kenya, especially at this particular point in time? Ladies and gentlemen, first, it is important to underline the universal roles national chambers of commerce and industry play. Such chambers, otherwise known as boards of trade, must principally A, provide useful business contacts to members, and B, create business services including translation, interpretation, and market research, and aid easier business transactions. And thirdly, spearhead events and networking opportunities for all its members. And D, be able to conduct business courses, clinics, and seminars in order to equip members with best practice and internationally accepted standards. And E, act as spokespersons for the business and industry fraternity and transform into action the group thinking of the members of the Chamber. And fourthly, monitor new legislation proposals which might affect the interests of members in any way. Of the 6 roles I've just highlighted, I would like to focus on the last one, involving new legislation, particularly given that Kenya got a new constitution only recently, and we really must continue to clap even for ourselves for getting a new constitution. Because this is where the rebirth begins. And this is why it is actually appropriate at this time to think of refashioning the Chamber. Ladies and gentlemen, before I touch on the implications the new law has on commerce and industry into Kenya's future, allow me to point out 2 imperatives that must be borne in mind as we welcome the rebirth of the Kenya National Chamber of Commerce and Industry. One, in a global order, influenced immensely by universal knowledge economy standards,